Well, here's the finished product. These are all solar. I thought he was going to put the panels on first before he hung the lights, but he decided to opt on putting the panels on secondary. So they've only got 2 left to do. You got this one here and the one down on the end. So they made quick work of it. I think they'll be done with the forklift by tomorrow. And we got to use it. We got another job that we got to do. But yeah, those came out nice. They're not perfect, but they're good. They're gonna work. They're gonna work. Two more to do. Alrighty. So we're back over at, this is seasons 4. And so you got this old column that the fence has to tie into. You can see it's not plumb. I mean, we can probably put the strap on there. We don't even need the forklift anymore. I think we just work it each way until it's plumb. But we had to push on it a little bit to get it more plumb. It was really angled over. So all this stuff comes around here and it actually ties into that, and then it wraps around to here. So we're doing some creative, couple creative ideas on how to plumb the old concrete post and get the lean out of it so everything looks nice and pretty when we're done. Yeah, go a little more. I can see it still needs to go.
Yeah, go. Keep going, plus one. So he says, you're a whole bundle out.
Yeah, it's got to go a ways. Does it need to go more? Okay. We got it? I think we got it as plumb as it's going to get. This little thing only has about 12 foot of reach. That looks a lot better. I can definitely live with that.
Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Let me do this one.
Well, that was fun. They got their post plumbed, and they're gonna stack those panels in there, get those all tacked in. Come back and take a look at it this afternoon, see how it went. I think they'll get it done. We're gonna head on down to the shop got to go by Distant Brewing. Doing that kitchen expansion with Pete over at Distant, and they've got all of their equipment installed in the kitchen. So now it's time to build the pop out on the building. So we got to go look at that and see what we're going to do for our footing there, and probably get the saw and everything over there and get that cut out and dug out, and maybe try to get that poured by Friday. I don't know if we'll get it done, but it would be a good thing if we did. At least get it poured. That way when all this snow comes, at least we had the concrete done. We'll see if that's possible. All right. Distant Brewing. It's my boys. My air mechanical boys. So here's the thing out here. This is where the equipment's coming out of the building, and then we're gonna cut some holes here in the concrete, or I mean in the asphalt, and they installed this equipment yesterday. All that. We got the boys in here getting this equipment ready to roll. We got to patch these holes. All kinds of fun stuff going on today. Where's those plans? So now we're trying to figure out, we got those 2 holes, one there and one there, which if you go back out here, that's the hole. So he's calling for the platform to be 12 foot long, and he says 3'9" out when we're talking about going 4 foot, just 3 more inches. It's not really gonna matter. Just give him a little bit more room on the platform. Doesn't matter to me if we do that. So we gotta cut 3 gargantuan footings here, and they got to be 2 foot in diameter, and they got to go 3 foot deep. That's going to be fun, because we can't really use an excavator on that. You know what we might do? We might do what we did over at CRC. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to drill a hole is what we're going to do. So I like that plan. I just came up with that. We're gonna drill those. So Pete has to get all these elbows in place, and that's gonna determine, there's the elbow right there. That's gonna determine basically where we position this thing on the outside of the building. We're gonna have to slide it maybe a little bit that way. But yeah, you got more stuff?
Yeah. That's Mr. Nelson.
Nelson. So this is back of house at Distant. So eventually, one of these days, I'm gonna build something like this. If this is the equipment here, we've kind of got it laid out where it goes, and all of it's gonna set on that platform, which is 12 foot long. And so we're gonna determine where we're gonna start that platform right there and go over like that.
I was gonna let you know it's been running. You probably already knew though.
Hang on. Well, we got some cloud cover in, and it got cold. It wasn't bad with the sun out. Probably got up into the mid to high 40s. And it dropped right back down to like 36 when this cloud cover came in. And we're looking at a big storm this weekend. So Owen got one of the loaders brought over to the house. We'll get that thing chained up. Yeah, you can see over here in the Sherwins, it's just hugging right over the top of the mountains there. It's probably snowing up there. The calm before the storm. Morning, everybody. So today we're getting a windy day. Tomorrow should be not so bad, and then storm coming in Friday, and it's a bomb cyclone off the coast, almost like a hurricane. So it's looking like we've got possibly quite a bit of snow Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all the way through Tuesday, every day. It's gonna be something, guys. We're getting ready for it, and we'll see how it goes. Definitely not the greatest day to be trying to do some panels, but we're gonna try to get this side up here. We gotta do everything we can to try to get these things up. We ran out of time, and we didn't have the manpower to get this building where it needed to be. I got a bunch of guys over here today. Well, 3, maybe 4 here in a little bit. All right, well, we're gonna do the best we can to get as much as we can. We're definitely not gonna get it where it needs to be, but we'll see how it goes. See if they can get a good run at it today. We're gonna go back up on top. I've got a big mess up there. We just got the dump truck up there. Got to get all the trash and scrap and blah blah blah. We got to get a bunch of that picked up, cleaned up. Get the bottom portion of the house wrapped up, stuff like that. That's kind of what we're doing here. Look at that color. That is just, it's like a rainbow. And I see the trails going through it. The contrails. It's always funny how those things show up right before a big storm. They're everywhere up there. That color's, that rainbow, kind of, it looks like chemical to me, but who knows? Who am I to say what it is? That's definitely different. It's like a hurricane off the coast heading our way. And the wind is bringing it quickly today. They got the dump truck over here. We're gonna go through the staging plan, get all this material staged where it needs to go. And it's icy. Okay, so obviously all of this needs to go in the garage. Pull all the hardware out of these. Everything goes in the garage with all our hardware. The radiant heat things can go on the C-train. Tomorrow, Brent's gonna be here with the crane, so we're gonna get all these windows out. We're gonna put them upstairs inside. We're gonna figure out how much plywood we have, and we're going to board up those two openings there, and then the back side of the house, all from the inside. I already kind of went over it with Alan, but we gotta temporarily tack up. We don't need to nail it off real bad. We just need to where we can get it back off. Yeah.
They're telling me we're 20 sheets short for the.
Well, they're going crazy this morning. We're gonna check over here, see how the boys are doing on this paneling. Hopefully they've pretty much got it all tacked into place, and we won't be hurting too bad for this storm. I think they're getting close. So Terry's welding that up. We got the header piece in. We're gonna go rebuild that gate, get it hung. This is all way solid now. It's not moving at all. It's all locked in. We got to put one more picket in right there. And we're almost there. All right, so Owen's getting that cleared out. Get this area here to where we can park some skid steers. And this thing, just got this back, and it sounds fine when it's idling, but I don't know. I think it's an injector. I think it's a bad injector. What do you think this is? It sounds fine when it idles. When you get on the throttle, it has a mist to it. We got all kinds of nonsense going on. Forklift, relocating equipment. We moved plows back behind the house here. Owen's getting some fuel, putting the Genie. I think we might have had a little water in the fuel that was acting up earlier. So I got some treatment, put some fuel in it, run it for a while, see what it does. Mike and Clayton are gonna fix a light. There's a light issue on the loader. One of the lights is out. We got to get the chains put on, and we got to get the windshield wiper fixed. So they're gonna do that right now. We got to get the chains put on the other two loaders, which we have right here. We'll get some extra bodies over here to help us with that. We already got that one chained up. We're getting geared up for the weekend. It's gonna be a big weekend here. Could be as much as 10 feet in 4 or 5 days. So they're kind of calling. They're calling for that. We're gonna get everything fueled up. We're gonna fill everything to the brim with fuel, and then we're gonna go top off every fuel cell that we have so that we have fuel on demand just in case. Sometimes when we get these big storms, they make a run at all the fuel stations and we actually run out. So we gotta have every single thing we have has to have fuel in it. And basically be ready to work. See if that made a difference. The first one, it sounded good. I should have kept my foot in it on that first pull and let it clean out. It's definitely got, I think it's an injector that's sticking and it's causing us issue. I'm not sure how heavy this thing is, if we can lift it. I think we can. But we're gonna get that back on the front of the Ranger. Our wires got ripped out, so I had to get some connectors. And we're gonna reconnect the wires. And we're off to the races. Well, Owen's gonna roll out with the summer camp, take it down to the yard, and we got the blade installed onto the Ranger. So it is snowplow ready. We still got that King Bull I got to put together for those guys. They wanted a video with the bike in the snow, so they're gonna get one. If we have time next week, they're gonna get one, because we'll get it put together and get out there, play around with it in the snow if we have a moment to spare. I don't know if we will or not. We'll find out.